I'm Josh Adamo, and this is how to make risotto. I'm gonna do it plain. I'm gonna do it with Parmesan at the end, and that's it. I'm gonna make it very simple, so it's very easy to understand. You can call it risotto, you can call it risotto, you can call it risotto, whatever you wanna call it. It's cooked rice in a pot. It's very simple. I'm gonna turn this pan on. An ideal pan is a pan with the sides that kind of flare out like that, not straight up, but I don't have that, so that's fine. We're gonna start with shallot and garlic. So same way we cut the onion every time into petals. Shallot, red onion, both fine. I prefer shallot, it's a bit more sweet. Brunoise is nice and small. So we've got our shallot diced, ready to go. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing with garlic, just nice and small. 1 clove of garlic, don't put too much, it just tastes really strong. This is one of the first things I learned how to make, and I made it when I was a kid, maybe like 10 years old. Chop it up nice and small, don't make a big deal out of it. Olive oil and butter. Wooden spoon. Very important that you have a wooden spoon. Don't ask me why, it's just the way it is. Onion shallot in. And you just want to sweat them down. Don't have too much color where they start to brown and go crazy, like literally just translucent and cooked, and like cook off that raw onion flavor, that raw garlic flavor, because it's super intense and crunchy, and like you don't want that. You want it to be soft and sweet at the end when you're done cooking. All right, so that's gonna go for probably like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. When the smell starts to change is when you know you're ready to put your rice in. I would say that's it, okay? Then you go, rice in. This is a borio rice. You could also use carnaroli or any type of risotto rice, but it has to be a risotto rice because it has a certain type of starch in it. You can't use long grain rice, you can't use basmati rice, jasmine, nothing like that. It needs to be this specific type of rice. This is a borio, so that's what I'm using, and I'm gonna put it in the pan, okay? And now what you wanna do is, they call it polishing the grains. You're toasting it in the fat, in the oil and butter, giving it a little like nutty flavor, caramelizing them a little bit, not cooking them, but giving them they're not quite golden brown, but toasted, literally toasted. It's just gonna add a bit of a deeper flavor to the dish at the end. Toasty, toasty, nicey, nicey. And you can smell the grains toasting now. It smells really nice, sweet. All right, dry white wine, not vermouth. So this now is gonna take probably like 15 minutes, I would say. 20 minutes of just me adding liquid slowly to this. So now this is the wine. It's reduced down, almost fully. Then what I'm gonna do is start adding chicken stock, sort of ladle by ladle, and stirring it constantly. All right, you don't wanna add too much stock too quickly. You wanna add very much a small amount and stir it. That's the whole point when you're making risotto, is the amount you stir it, the amount you release the starch from the rice is really important, and not adding too much, stock too quickly. So now I'm gonna add my first bit of chicken stock. Okay, let's say that's enough. You should also season it from the beginning. Don't wait to season it at the end. You build more depth and flavor if you season it in stages. A little pinch of salt at the beginning, pinch of salt in the middle, at the end. And that way, if you season everything at the end, and you wait to season it at the end, it's going to be very one-dimensional. You'll taste salt, but you won't taste necessarily that ingredient. This stock that you're putting in right now, the wine that you're putting in right now, is what's going to soak into the middle of the grain. So make it taste nice. This is plain. This is just, I'm literally doing white wine and Parmesan cheese, okay? If you want to do whatever you want, mushroom, you can do, pumpkin, you can do really anything you want. A lot of people will finish it at the end with these ingredients. Sometimes people will cook them at the beginning, it's up to you. But this is sort of basic, fundamental. So the rice, when you drag your spoon through it, it doesn't collapse right away, It's like the Red Sea. What did Moses part? Yeah, that's it. It's like the Red Sea. And so look, it stays apart. And I would say that's when you know that it's time to put more stock. Don't do it before that. Let it reduce completely. And when you do that, stir it, agitate it. Give it some love. because that's what's gonna release the starch. It's gonna make it creamy. Then if you do that, then you don't need to add cream at the end. Some people add like mascarpone cheese, some people add creme fraiche, some people add whipped cream because they think they need to. I don't think you need to. I think if you start it right and you cook it right and you stir it enough and you really like look after it, you don't need to do that stuff at the end. You can see all the starch coming out of the rice. We're getting there. You want it to be al dente, you know? So not super soft, you still want there to be a little bit of bite to it. You want to be able to see the inside of the grain, still like little raw bit of rice in the inside of the grain. You'll be able to see it in a pan. This is really nice, this plain rice with like black truffle, white truffle. Makes it really nice, like aromatic, delicious. It's a good base. I would definitely recommend making this plain. Just try it, and then if you want, then start adding stuff after, you know? See how starchy it is, how creamy it is, and I haven't even added any butter or cheese. Now the trick is to have the right amount of liquid in the pan before you start adding your dairy, which is your butter and your cheese. You want to have it the right consistency. In a perfect world, the risotto, you can like pour it. It almost comes off the spoon, you know, and you can sort of pour it and it all stays together. It shouldn't be like dry steamed rice, and it shouldn't be like soup. It should be somewhere in between. You know, it's technically a pasta dish, so it's a good way to think about it. It's cooked to where I want it to be, and now what I'm doing with the stock is just making it the sort of the consistency that I want it to be. All right, so I'll make it a little bit thinner. I would say there, all right? Turn your pan down because you don't want to cook your Parmesan cheese too much. All right, now I'm gonna go butter and cheese. And stir it, really stir it. This is when you kind of want it to be off the heat a little. Now that you have that butter in there and that cheese in there, you're mounting all of that into the rice that's cooked and making it really sort of creamy. I would say that's probably ideal. Delicious, really fucking good. Splash of vinegar goes a long way. I'm gonna put a little bit of balsamic vinegar, just a drop, and it's just gonna cut through the richness and sort of lift it up a little bit. That's fucking good. Take a bowl. I have a fancy bowl, but you don't need a fancy bowl. All right, take your rice, and now watch how it pours out. You can still kind of see the grains in the rice. They're not overly cooked. It's really creamy. It's almost like an emulsion. That's risotto.